Welcome to Team Carnage by Muhammad me Hassan, Abdullah and Muhammad Yusuf. To begin with, descriptive writing. Descriptive writing focuses on creating a clear and vivid picture in the reader's mind. Instead of telling the reader what's happening, we show the details using the five senses: sight, sound, smell, taste and touch. For example, instead of saying simply, "He was scared," we show his fear by writing, "His hands were shaking," and his heart was beating like a drum. This technique makes the writing more interesting and realistic. Now my brother Muhammad will come and continue.
Well done.
Writing has several key features. It uses a strong and precise vocabulary to create vivid images. It includes figurative language like similes, metaphors, and personification to add creativity. It focuses heavily on sensory details, what we experience with our senses. It follows the rule: show, don't tell. All these features put together ensure that the reader not only understands the description, but can also feel the moment as if they are standing right there. Narrative writing. Narrative writing is a storytelling. It tells us what happened, who it happened to, and how events changed over time. Narrative writing usually have characters involved in some kind of problems or situations, and the story shows how they deal with it. Narrative writing always has a clear beginning, middle, and end, so the reader can follow the events smoothly and stay interested. The main purpose of narrative writing is to entertain and sometimes to teach a lesson through a story. Now I would like to call Yusuf to continue our presentation.
So, narrative writing has a lot of elements. There are some elements. The first element is characters. They are the people or figures who take part in the story. The main characters or protagonists usually face the challenges or go through changes. Strong, believable characters help reader understand more easily. Now next, we have the setting, the time and place where the story happens. It gives the reader a sense of where and when event occurs and helps with the story's mood. Now we have plot and conflict. The plot is a sequence of events, what happened first, then second, then and last. Now, we have the theme. The final is the theme. It is the center or message. It's what the story teaches or makes us think about, that what the writer is giving us message. Now I would like to call Abdullah to tell about it.
Descriptive writing helps us visualize scenes with rich details, while narrative writing helps us follow a story filled with action and emotions. When we combine both these styles, our writing becomes much stronger and more enjoyable to read. I hope you have understood the difference between descriptive and narrative writing. So I would like to call my teammates to come on the stage, and if anybody has any question, he can ask.
Ask question.
You told descriptive writing is more interesting than narrative writing. So, but in both cases we are getting the same information. So how descriptive writing is more interesting than narrative writing?
Because in descriptive writing you show the picture in the reader's mind. You don't tell. You paint the picture in the reader's mind.
Yes. If you are writing any story, any short story like of 300 words or 350 words, so in that also should be applied that narration rule: show, don't tell. It will take so many words to show instead of telling.
But it will be more interesting if you add it.
What if there is reduction if you write more than 300 words?
Then it's better to choose narrative writing.
The answer to this question is actually you are confusing two things. One is descriptive writing, the other is right using too much details. Right? These are two different things. Right? Descriptive writing is to describe something. It does not mean that to use so much detail. That's a different thing, right? This is one thing. The other thing is what we teach in English writing is economy of expression versus verbosity. You should use as much details as necessary, not more than that. Otherwise, it becomes verbosity, wordiness. 5 sentences to describe something that can be described in one sentence. What is this? Wordiness. Avoiding. Right? More information in less words. Use as many words as, right? Use, right? As many words as you can, right? But as according to the situation. If you use more words than required, right, then it's verbosity. So you should avoid that. Descriptive writing does not mean, right, that you should use many words. Otherwise, you are going off the track then.
No, resolution cannot be. Resolution is what where the story ends and everything is resolved. It is the resolution.
But there is like climax, anti-climax, then sometimes always with resolution that crisis comes. Like if hero has met a villain and now
That's ending in which the hero dies or they become happy or the hero dies.
after a long fight, villain and hero becomes friend. But after that, their stories end. But then other guys stand that the worker of villain started the new.
What is resolution? Resolution is the end of the story. But
But
after that, it cannot.
Somebody wrote there, resolution means new normal, right? Actually, there's a couplet of Iqbal's poem, right? There's a couplet. खुदा तुझे किसी तूफान से आशना कर दे कि तेरे बहर की मौजों में इज़्तिराब नहीं. खुदा तुझे किसी तूफान से आशना कर दे कि तेरे बहर की मौजों में इज़्तिराब नहीं. Something like this. Story will only take place when there is some crisis. Right? If there is no crisis, there is no story. No crisis, no story. No conflict, no story. Story means there is a crisis. Without a crisis, without a conflict, there is no story. आप जो भी स्टोरी पढ़ते हो उसमें कुछ ना कुछ बैड कैरेक्टर्स आ जाता है. हीरो के साथ कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ होती है. Because you think यार ये ना होता कितना अच्छा होता. But if that was not there, the whole story won't be there. अगर वो नहीं होता तो स्टोरी नहीं होती. You got it? So this now what happens in the end? Right, either that conflict gets resolved, right, or the hero suffers. When the conflict gets resolved, right, or the hero suffers because of the conflict, it's over. The story is over. You got it? Resolution. Somebody wrote it there, right, in the earlier presentation. New normal. What you are referring to is new normal, right? So there is a new normal. So it means that this story ends here. Now what starts is another story. But this story ends here. Clear? Resolution new normal. Somebody wrote it there.